Hi everyone, my name is Tamara KRAMAR. I'm a musician, I'm an artist, I'm a singer-songwriter, and I was born and raised in Bratislava, Slovakia. So let's talk about how the hell I got to New York. I was born to an actor dad and a lawyer mom, so from a very young age, it was drilled into my brain that a career in the arts is not a good idea. It's not smart to do, it is unreliable, and it's not for the weak. They did put me through 9 years of piano lessons, so I still think they're responsible for this, but I did listen to them, being the oldest child, and I, in 2019, decided to move to England and pursue an undergraduate degree in cognitive neuroscience. I did do that, but it's also when the delusion started. I'll explain why delusion, but it was in 2019 when I decided to, while I was studying neuroscience, I also picked up the guitar and I started doing open mics, which is when you take your instrument and you go to a pub and you sing about 3 songs to a bunch of tipsy people who could not care less. It was a very character-building time period in my life. And I started writing songs for the first time. I was not surrounded by musicians, so all my friends told me they were great songs. I have no idea if they actually were, but it was encouraging. So I kept doing it, and then COVID started, the pandemic, and it crushed my dreams. Luckily, there was the internet, so I kept posting online little videos of me singing, and when I had to move back to Slovakia for 6 months, I was reached out to by a bunch of producers, and I got to work on my own music for the first time ever. And then I went back to England, I continued my studies of neuroscience, and then I got an email from a man in Liptovský Mikuláš, which, for those of you that don't know, is a beautiful town in the middle of Slovakia. And this man was reaching out to my team, my non-existent team, asking if Tamara would be interested in an hour-long show at a jazz festival with a full band, to which my team, me, replied that she obviously would be interested. And then I figured out the rest later because I did not have a band and I did not make jazz music and I did not have any music written. But we put it together with the few people in the music industry that I knew. This is a picture from that first full band gig. And that's when I decided that I was gonna have to do music. Sorry, neuroscience. But I did finish my degree, and then a few months later I finally put it to use when I released my debut EP called Bachelor of Science. And this EP was received quite well in Slovakia, which I did not expect. It's a small country, so I guess I'm not gonna. Anyway, it was a great time. I won the Discovery of the Year, which was the only other time I had to give a speech. I'm shaking. And I was in the Forbes Slovakia 30 under 30, which was crazy. I remember when I got the call, I was eating cereal, and I was like, what do you mean? And I forgot to add a picture, but that EP put me on a billboard on Times Square in 2022, which crazy foreshadowing. And then I released my second EP that I produced. It's called Make It Poetic. It's out now. I have a few copies on me. If anyone still has a CD player, you can talk to me later and get one. That EP got some press attention as well, which was really grateful for. It allowed me to take the EP on a tour around some of the UK and Europe. We had a great time. And then we did some festivals, my favorite performance being at Pohoda in Trenčín in Slovakia last year. And then I moved to New York. I didn't tell anyone that I was going to move to New York because it was a bit like, what are you doing? But yeah, I was getting a bit sick of England, to be honest with you, and I wanted to change, but I wanted to keep making music. And also I love being a student because I don't know what people do when they graduate, especially when you're an artist. It's a weird thing. So yeah, I moved here about a year and a half ago. I did another master's degree in songwriting and production, this time at Berklee NYC. I got to spend time in the amazing New York. Oh my gosh, this is gonna work out perfectly, actually. Yeah, so I've been here for a year and a half. I've been making music. I just finished a 3-month internship at a recording studio in Williamsburg called the Bunker Studio, which was a great time. And I also worked part-time at Berklee, but as of last Friday, I'm unemployed. I stopped. I've graduated already, so I'll be back after the holidays for at least another year. This is not just a philosophical existential question. This is also the name of my new album that I've been making for the last year, because, and someone said it in their speech, the question of like, what do you want to be when you grow up? Hated that as a kid. Still do. I don't know what's next, but I'm here to have a great time. And thank you so much for having me. I'm Tamara. Have a wonderful evening.